UnCUT. This one came from Colonel Todd's shop. I think Harvey Rogers did this, not to be mistaken for Paul Rogers, but he just worked with Todd. They worked in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, which is the airborne. A lot of airborne paratrooper flash from those guys. Paul Rogers sheet. I always like pencil and contact paper. I just love this. Is my favorite. And this is Pharaoh's Horses. I believe this is signed on the. They thought this was Nick Picaro, and I think Jonesy had something to do with this. I'm almost sure of it. He might have finished it, but I think Jonesy dealt with that one. This one, Fred Thornton signed it, but I always thought this was like a Hong Kong Tom sheet. I don't know, but that's what I thought, perhaps. You getting it good? We're good? Okay, let me see. Just nothing. I got a trunk that had a bunch of this stuff in it. And I don't know how it all got separated. Let me see if I can straighten that out right now. Okay, there it is. It was Sailor Bob Green's trunk, I guess. And there's some really neat, I wish this was the full sheet, some really cool examples of classic designs. Just fantastic. But some of them are done very, very, like, crude. I mean, great, but crude. You know. And then the others are done really nice. Like, you know, I don't know where he got the idea to do a Green Panther head on that, but he did. Okay, this is something else. We'll get to that. These are all from that trunk.
Where did you find this trunk?
A guy contacted me about it. The guy had tattooed over here in the next town over, and somebody had told him, oh, this guy Shane, and he's into this kind of stuff. He had 8 McKeever machines, I'll show you. They were wired for both AC and DC. Pretty amazing stuff in there. And it just sat for years. Like I said, some of it's pretty crude. This is crude, but some of it's very well done. Like, this sheet looks pretty. And this one.
He likes it with the green, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. This is pretty funny. We call this dude the scumbag. You know, look at that dude. I mean, you're going to pick that guy off the wall? What are we doing? I mean, hey, man, I want that on my shoulder right there. That represents who I am. I mean, come on. It's pretty funny, I think. Okay, these we got to do later. Okay, these are more of them right here. There's Sailor Bob, Los Angeles 53. Same stuff. And now here we get into a real dilemma with this stuff, you know, because the thing is, like I was saying in the car, you know, it's like investigating a homicide that you have no victim, no perpetrator, no witnesses. Everything is through a preponderance of evidence. And you see this, and then you see something like this, and you know the same guy did not do, even though they're in the same collection, somebody else did this sheet. I remember I showed it to Lyle, and he was like, he has a real good hand. Like, look at this one. These are the good ones in it. I don't think the same guy did, you know. McKeever's nephew said it was McKeever, but I'm not so sure. What do I know? And yeah, these are all done very well. I think he just drew them. I don't think there was any pattern laid down or stencil of any kind. I think he just whipped them out. Like this one, I just think is fantastic. And for some reason they took them. They said we're glued to board with contact paper, and to do that they were up to something. I don't know if they were going to sign their names or there's something going on, because there's no need to take them apart, and they did. Because I look at this like that, and then I see this, and I think, no way did the same guy paint these. You know what I'm saying? No way. No way. But, what do I know? I mean, even these are the... So these all came out of that trunk. Yeah, I did. Trunk was pretty full of some pretty neat flash. This has an address for us, tattoos in Philadelphia. This is just a loose piece. I don't know, but it looks like they were painting on a poster or something. Okay. This is my favorite. I don't know where this came from, but this is my favorite. Lou Lewis and Ernie Sutton. These sheets. I got this one from Joe Nickley, which I just love it. These faces just look wild to me. But all these are Sutton and Lewis, they were big LA tattooers downtown, and they broke in Zeke Owen, and Lou Lewis was considered, Leroy Menu said he was the best tattooer on the Pike, and that's why I when I heard that made me want to get into it. But these are all like probably 25-cent tattoos. They were in a very poor part of town. These couldn't have been in 1954. They had to be 20, really, literally 50-cent tattoos at the most. So I always look for his stuff. I have a lot of his machines. I'll show you. This is Brooklyn Joe Lieber. I just love this sheet. He's very talented. Limited palette of colors, but just wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now this is Danny Dottie's Memoriam. We'll get to that. This one, we don't know who painted it, but I got it because look what...
Yeah.
I like stuff like that, unknown, weird stuff like that. I really enjoy it. This one's really well done, but we don't know who did that either. And this one, this is Mike Wilson gave me a rubbing of. I don't think you can see it, but that's the Duel in the Sun, which is Lyle's back piece for the eagle, and the eagle fighting over a falling sheep. But it's just a rubbing. Oh, Burt Grimm. Private Work, a specialty, and then see the little tattoos on the girls. Yeah, cool, right? I think this is Burt Grimm too. What do we got here? Oh yeah. All right. This is signed Bucky, but we don't know if that's what it was. This was on another sheet, obviously, and someone glued it onto here. Not in the best shape, but pretty cool. This is, we aren't sure who painted these. There's arguments that it was Duke Kaufman, but Duke signed everything. Duke. I think this is the guy who taught Duke. Or, I just don't think they're Duke Kaufman. This is Burt Grimm. This is really cool. I don't know what he painted on. It looks like he painted on like filing board or something. I think they would use anything. Colonel Todd. The thing about this sheet that's really cool is, okay, check this out once you get it. 1963, right? Jack Ruby's the guy that shot Lee Harvey Oswald. Now, Kennedy was shot on November 22nd, 1963. So if this was painted in 63, it was painted in the month of December, right after Jack, you know what I mean? Because there was only a month left, so pretty wild. That's why I got this sheet, because I was like, holy shit, Jack Ruby.